Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this week's staff brief. I'm Paul Robinson. I'm the Chief Executive here at Sherwood, and today our focus will be Breastfeeding Week and NICU Baby Friendly Accreditation. And with me today, I've got Kim Hastings, who's our neonatal specialist nurse for infant feeding, who will be able to take us through those two focus topics after I've just given a few sort of general updates. So I'll kick off with that. As usual, don't forget, if you've got any questions as we go through, then please place them in the chat and we'll try and address them as we go, or wait until the end. Okay, so as you can see on screen, critical incident stood down. So those increased urgent pressures that we experienced earlier last week led to that Nottinghamshire-wide critical incident being called, and this was stood down on Monday afternoon as the system returned to some more manageable situations. Thanks to all colleagues and teams who've been working over the past few days. That they've been very, very challenging few days. I'm aware of that, so thank you to everyone. The pressures do remain, and we continue to encourage the public to only use our EDs departments in emergency situations only. And you'll see that on it if you visit our website, for example. So thank you for everyone involved in what has been a real trust-wide response to this, and our incredible teams in keeping patients safe. One of the actions that we took was a temporary relocation of discharge lounge, and that's now returned. So discharge lounge back to normal following that incident being stood down. Okay, Pride 2022. So thank you to all who took part and supported the marches, both at Newark Hospital and here at Kings Mill. I was able to take part in both, so I was really pleased to see those people who supported it really well, including those van drivers who passed and tooted their horns as they went past. So thank you to those as well. And also thank you to everyone who took able to take part in the Nottingham event at the weekend. And although we're now at the end of Pride Month, which was July, you can still get involved by joining our LGBTQ+ network, and the people to contact to join that network are Ali Pearson and Mitchell Speed. Yes, tomorrow is Cycle to Work Day, so it would be great to see everyone getting involved in that. Here at Kings Mill, we've got safe cycle storage, and codes for that can be obtained from Wes Burton. So wesley.burton@nhs.net. I'm sure that one of our comms colleagues will place that in the chat. And there are also, as we know, plenty of on-site changing facilities. And if for full details of the Cycle to Work Day and also the cycling champions that we have here at Sherwood Forest, please visit our website. Just lastly, one thing just to add to the general updates. This morning I was delighted to welcome our new intake of junior doctors to Sherwood Forest hospitals. And 2 weeks ago I was welcoming our F1 rotation doctors. So really pleased to see everyone joining our team, and I hope that all those joining us have a wonderful educational and professional experience here at Sherwood Forest, and also made to feel welcome and feel part of the team while they're with us. So that was really good way to start the day. Okay, so can't see any questions so far. So without further ado, we'll move to Kim. So Kim, the floor is yours today. We've got World Breastfeeding Week, which is this week, and you're also talking to us about the accreditation, the Baby Friendly Accreditation for NICU. So over to you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for inviting me along today. So so it's World Breastfeeding Week this week, and the theme is about education, but jointly with Natalie Boxall, who's the infant feeding lead for maternity. We have been publishing World Breastfeeding Week for the warm chain. So warm chain is about from the point that a woman comes into the hospital to the point of going into the community. There's a chain of events. So we work closely together, supporting wherever you work. So it could be from antenatal clinics, community midwives, through to maternity, maybe onto postnatal ward and neonatal unit. out into the community with the lime green team, and then even into like the home care team with neonates and health visiting services. So it's like the warm chain, so making sure that any point that woman, family, partners all reach the services, that we can give them some support with infant feeding, with the focus being on breastfeeding or chest feeding this week. So we give like support for hand expression, using breast pumps, skin to skin. So that's really important in those early days, especially in like theatres. And it gets the oxytocin, which is the love hormone, going, and then can help initiate breast milk production. On neonates, I can talk more in depth about, because that's obviously my specialist area. We will see babies that are sick and preterm, so it's more important to get this lactation going. So we link very closely really between maternity. We attend deliveries in theatre, we might attend deliveries on the birthing unit. We do link in with the amazing support worker team on maternity, and then obviously when our transitional care is running as well, we've got designated staff that can give that education and support. And it's about enabling parents to be able to be parents essentially. So that's the big focus. And then obviously with comms, they've been amazing. So they've done us an amazing video, which hopefully most people will have seen on Facebook and Twitter. And that is a couple of us just talking through about the warm chain just in Sherwood Forest. So that's been really quite exciting. And World Breastfeeding Weeks can have a little bit of negativity sometimes, because people think that it's just pushing breastfeeding, but it's about giving that, you know, start to those babies that need it the most. And if we can get lactation going, it can have greater benefits later in life. And then for neonatal accreditation, which I'm really excited about, because I've been in post since November, and it's one thing that I've took the lead on. And I've been working heavily with the neonatal teams, Lorraine Collins, the ward sister, my matron, Rian Cope, and we've been really working together as a big team on neonates and pushing the accreditation. So historically, Baby Friendly has always been thought to be like the breastfeeding police, but it's more about family integrated care, enabling parents to be parents and families to be families, and supporting them from the word go. So on neonates especially, we are starting from the beginning. So we did our register of intent, certificate of commitment, which I think we got that in April. And then on the 22nd of July, we had our stage 1 assessment. So with that, we had to submit an application form. We had to make sure that all our groundwork's in place, so the foundations. Working closely with Lindsay Lord, who's the practice development matron, we've been making sure that all our guidelines, policies are up to date so that we're working safely. And then we had to have protection for the WHO code. So the WHO code is protecting parents, families and carers from advertisement of breast milk substitutes especially. So making sure that we don't advertise any brands of formula, bottles, teats, dummies, etc., because we are heavily influencing families even by saying, oh, well, use this brand because it's better, and we can't do that. So I had to make sure that we had written confirmation that we were going to adhere to that, as well as confirmation from procurement that we paid full price for things. So we had a remote assessment with Baby Friendly, and I'm really pleased to say that we actually achieved that. So on Friday tea time, we had a Teams call and we had some unofficial feedback, which was really good. We've only got 5 action points to change. And then our next stage, which we're hoping to achieve by next autumn, but we have got till the following autumn to complete, is stage 2. So we've got to start moving on now with education, and that'll be education for neonatal staff. So nurses, support workers, managers, medical team, and making sure that everybody is singing off the same hymn sheet, and that we can protect breastfeeding where we can, but also protect these families and making sure that they're happy once they're discharged home. We do a lot of family integrated care on the unit. We've got an amazing team on NICU. So we support parents, enabling them to be able to tube feed their babies, being able to spend as much time as possible with their babies, expressing where they can. We've got really good facilities as well. We've got 3 self-contained flats, so parents can stay for as long as they wish to. We also do like training competencies so that parents feel confident, and it's enabling them to be parents rather than nursing staff taking over and making them feel like that they're not their babies. So it's a massive culture change, and that's what Baby Friendly is bringing to the trust. It's bringing the parents and the families and their carers on board and being part of one big team. with babies being paramount and those being the focus of our care wherever they are. We also work very closely with Ward 25, the children's ward as well. So there will be coming in the future some baby friendly accreditation through to children's services and our maternity services. They are just recently had an old assessment and have got a few working points to go on, but they're fully accredited as well. So we're all coming together as one service. I can just see in the questions about breast milk donor bank. So yeah, we are a satellite hub. So in January, oh no, it might have been December actually, we started as a satellite hub for donor milk. So we've always used donor milk probably since about 2013. But once I came into post, we set up as a satellite hub with the milk bank at Chester, which means that we've got a freezer full, usually of about 14 litres of donor milk. And we have a criteria for use, but we can also distribute to other units in the neonatal network in the East Midlands. So we do distribute to Doncaster, Sheffield. We have gone to Nottingham. We've gone as far as Liverpool. So it's just counting down on those miles. So instead of the charity bikers going all the way to Hull or to Chester to bring the donor milk to our local area, we supply it here in our freezer and we keep it here free of charge, and it's our staff that run it. And then the bikers will come from here, so they've got less miles to be travelling, and they do that free of charge as a charity run thing. So we've got donor milk constantly available should a family need it, and as a top up, maybe for if the breast milk hasn't come in, or just as an addition to supplement. And it means that you're not adding formula in unnecessarily if that family doesn't choose to use it. We've got an amazing support from our charity, both the hospital charity and the Emily Harris Foundation. They have purchased comfy chairs. They have purchased breast pumps, loan pumps for mothers that have been discharged from the maternity services and still want to pump. So they've got access to hospital grade pumps. They've paid for staff training. They initially set up the donor milk, so they've been amazing. And usually we ask and we usually get, so we're very, very lucky. Yeah, I can't shout enough about it really. The whole team is on board with Baby Friendly, from our admin staff to domestic staff to support worker staff, neonatal. We've got some midwives on here. Our doctors have been incredibly supportive and they've been getting involved with the training. And then our future plans are 2-day training, so we should have that hopefully up and running autumn winter time, and the whole team will be trained up. So currently they're trained through maternity, but that will be neonatal specific. We've got a range of e-learning modules. There's loads of training, loads of support, and ultimately these families are going to benefit from this. So it's quite exciting. We are part of the National Neonatal Project, so we put a bid in last year, I think it was. So we're one of 18 units in the UK, and we're fully supported financially and with physical support to receive training, regular meetings, resources, but we've got funding to try and be fully accredited to stage 3 within 3 years, and we started that like late last year. So hopefully with that support and the support from other neonatal units across the country, we'll achieve that within the 3 years, but I'd like to have it sooner just because I'm quite ambitious. Yeah, I mean, it's been great.
Thanks, Kim. Wow, in about 10 minutes there, I think you gave us an insight into your world and the world of your team on NICU, and you know, what came across was what a fantastic service that focuses on babies and their needs and supporting families. That came through really strongly. Congratulations on the accreditation. I know that, you know, going through completing application forms and submissions and gathering evidence is hard work, but I think what we're trying to demonstrate is that level of support that we're giving to the families, is that baby focus ethos that you described from your team, and what we can offer, and the great standard of care and support that we give. So thank you for that. It's incredibly exciting, and we've had a couple of comments. One is simple congratulations for that accreditation. So thank you for that. And then and something about sounds brilliant work, smiley face. So, you know, other people are getting on board and thinking, wow, you know, Kim's really a great ambassador for the work that happens on NICU, and it's great work that you and the team are doing. Then just a couple of comments. There's a comment and a question. So shout out to the Sherwood Forest Hospital's antenatal breastfeeding course. 2 years and 2 months and my little one still loves mummy's milk. So that, you know, testament to the success of the advice and support given there. And then again, this is from Amy around attempting to donate to a milk bank. So I tried to donate to the Hertfordshire Milk Bank, but they wouldn't take it. It was too far. Would be great to promote how people donate to a milk bank. Is that something you can pick up now, Kim?
Yep, so we obviously work closely with the milk bank at Chester. We have received milk from Herts Milk Bank. Online, if you go, I think it's, there's a Donor Milk National UK, I think it's UKMB. I'll have to chase it up for you. If you want to send me an email, k.hastings@nhs.net, and then I'll be able to chase it up with you. But we have leaflets on NICU about donation, and we've got the screening leaflets. So there'll be a series of screens that you'd have to complete bloods just to make sure, same as it would be with a blood product, that it's all safe. But they will come and collect it for you. So the bikers will come and collect the milk directly from you if you want it collecting. And then they'll take it to the milk bank, but most of them will literally grab your hands off for donations, because over the last probably 6 to 12 months, we've had a real increase in uptake. I mean, the world of neonates has been incredibly busy. I've never known it this busy as it has been, and hats off to the teams in the division. They've been really, really hardworking and really supportive. But these bikers, they will come and collect it, and we have got leaflets available on NICU, but it is also available online. So I think because we're a satellite hub, they'll come directly to us. And we have had, I think, one mum in the last 12 months that's she got twins and she donated as well. And they came and collect that directly from the unit.
Thanks, Kim. I get a couple of comments. Great achievement, Kim. Absolutely inspirational. Well done. And then another comment from Helen, who also tried to donate to a milk bank, but it was too far away. So I think, you know, it'd be great. Just looking at my comms colleagues for this, Kim, if you could confirm where those that website address, and we can get that out in the staff bulletin or other means of communication, so that people can access it, not just the individuals asking the question. Comment from Cornell: fantastic service, don't know about what to do, so great to hear about it. Well done. It would be great to see more funding available for dedicated time for a dietitian in neonatal care.
We've got a dietitian within paediatrics, and she's spending a lot more time with us and hoping to do a course, so hopefully we'll have a little bit more hands-on.
For that. Another comment: this is great, kudos for the neonatal unit. The East Midlands network are watching as we are supporting the other units in the Midlands. So great that we're influencing what happens across more of the country, and indeed supporting, therefore influencing support that families and babies are getting wider than just here at Sherwood Forest. So great we're able to do that. Kim, you mentioned that you've been in post since November. It's been an incredibly busy time, and this is part of the work you've been describing, what you've been doing. So I just wonder whether I can ask you a couple of questions. What's been the best thing about taking up the role in November? What have you enjoyed the most?
Making changes, so having that flexibility and having the management support to literally run with the role, having the freedom, really. I mean, I've worked on the unit since 2010, and obviously you don't have the same flexibility when you're running like a nurse in charge running the unit, but actually having a new role, making it my own. But my biggest celebration for me was the donor milk, because that's something that we'd wanted for a few years, because we'd had donor milk, but we were reliant upon the support of the milk bank and the charity bikers to be able to get it down to our unit. But actually having it here and being able to distribute it out to other units, it's been the best thing ever. And the support from the milk bank, they've been really, really supportive. Like any questions that I've had, any issues I've had, they've literally been on it and sorted it straight away. But I think the fact that I can see changes happening, that for me is the best thing. And you can see that the families are benefiting from it straight away, and the team, you can see that they're flourishing, and you can see that the confidence is growing because they've got time with us, so me and Lindsay, to be able to go through things, whereas we've not always had that opportunity because we've been busy or we didn't have these roles in. But I mean, there's bigger things to come with it. I can make it my own, and that for me is the best thing.
Thanks, and that enthusiasm and commitment's coming shining through from you today, Kim. So there was 2 questions. The second question is, so what's frustrating you? What support do you need? What do you need from me or members of the executive team and the board?
For me, it's making sure that everybody's got the time to do the training. So my major sticking point is no fault through their own, because they are ridiculously busy, is the medical team are really struggling to get their training done, and I can't push through to the next stage without having 80% compliance for training, and that's for nursing and medical team. So for me, it would be support for the medical team so that they can have that training, because they're the ones that are having perhaps the earlier conversations with families, and can support them from earlier on. So they need to have that evidence-based knowledge, as well as us nursing staff. And for me, that's probably going to be my biggest sticking point, because they are busy and we fully understand that, but it's trying to get through and trying to make that happen, because we're one team, and if we don't all have that same level of knowledge and evidence base, then we can't push through and make things better for the families. They've got to have the best experience. And if we don't have that, then it's just going to falter.
Great, thank you. I made a note, so I'll try and come back to you straight away on what we can do more. You're absolutely right. We're one team. We're one team across the whole of Sherwood, and we're certainly one team in terms of how you're trying to promote support for babies and families on NICU. So thank you for that. Got a comment from Lorraine Collins who says, I've been so delighted in Kim taking up this role. The benefits are amazing, all in capital letters. That's a bit shouty, but I'm sure that's a good thing. He wants to shout about it, so thank you, Kim.
Lorraine is our ward sister, and she's been incredibly supportive.
Brilliant. So you've got members of your team that's supporting you as well, and I think that again comes through. You're a fantastic ambassador for a great team, and thank you for joining us today and sharing that with us. Been incredibly insightful and quite exciting to hear about, and the enthusiasm that you and the team have brought to it and the improvements that you've made. So thank you for all that you're doing. Don't have any more questions in the chat, so I'm going to draw today's staff brief to a close. Thank you for everyone who's joined us. Thanks to Kim for being fantastic. We'll have to get you back on staff brief very soon again. Thanks for the backup that Com's done in Lorraine saying she didn't mean to shout. I'm sure you weren't shouting. You were just you just wanted to make your point made. Thanks to Comms for facilitating today. Thanks for joining, and thank you for everything that everybody's doing across Sherwood Forest Hospitals to keep patients well and safe, supporting each other, and don't forget to look after yourselves. See you all again next week. Goodbye.